Devil, can you hear me? I think this is the right mic. Let's see. Looks like it. Okay. Saying that this car is pretty difficult to drift in the rain. Pretty good, actually. Oh. Let me see if I can fix. Yeah, it is pretty low. Let me see. It's Windows. How about now? It's louder. Hopefully it's not ear rape. Should be okay. No, actually, let me turn on AGC. Not fuck with the level, I'll just turn on AGC. How about now? Yeah, there we go. AGC is on, so that should boost it. I do, don't I? No, I still need to wax my mustache. I haven't gotten around to do that. I know it's beneficial. Oh shit, Golden invited me to the party? Let me see, I'll join it. That's weird. He left. Oh shit, we gotta clear this debris. Yeah, I say I'm really enjoying my new Elite controller. First time. Up until now it's been playing on standard controllers, which You can imagine how that goes after a certain period of time. Oh, you wondered which controller? Yeah, I mean... Oh yeah. The Debris. Because it's fucking French, yo. Unnecessary amount of letters are silent in that language. Let me do the Lex. Is that annoying fucking blue light visible in frame? Yeah, it is. I should cover it up. Okay. Yeah, 6:94. Wow. Damn, the hours are especially long where you live. 6:94 p.m. Yeah, 5-1. Wow, and it runs backwards too. Does it? Oh. 5:108 p.m. That's impressive. I'd like to have more time in the day to do what I fucking want. Well, on a really positive side note, it stopped raining. I turn the skills off. I was trying to do some clean street race challenges, that's why I had them up. I know, right? I feel ya. Struggle is real. There we go. Best starting drift car, yes or yes? Wow, this went from a 1 to... do a go around. Let me guess. By the sound of it, I know what that is behind me. It's an LFA. Or a Carrera GT. What is this guy doing? Yep. Why'd it have to rain so soon? It was snowing today. Damn. Well, if you're stuck inside, you gotta do something. God, I love not living in a snowy climate. Fuck that shit. That's good. Yeah. Dress accordingly. Cold exposure is stressful on the body. Contrary to what the Rogan bros have told you, it's not good for you fucking at all. Fucking ice baths. It's not that I'm completely shitting on Joe, it's just he's wrong about that. Fucking ice baths are just a fucking fad. I've jumped into ice, I know what it's like. Every single time it feels like you're dying. But no thanks. I know, right? Car meets, and we've been having a lot of cruises, too. I'd say the cruises have become way more popular than the actual drifts. You know, a lot of our previous drift crew, they kind of fucked off, but the cruise scene is pretty strong and people are joining pretty easily. People are able to assimilate into the cruise scene very quickly, so that's one of the things that's helping to keep this game going. No idea what these other dudes are doing. Physics feel a little different in 4 and 5. Didn't learn how to rear-wheel drive drift until those games. Yeah, well, based on people I know who've drifted in those games, they much prefer this one. See, there we go. We'll have that. Oh yeah. Dude, the map is way better than the others. I mean, you know, the others lack a fucking city. Like a truly urban layout is lacking in fucking 4 and 5. I don't know what they were thinking. They were supposed to take stuff that was previously learned and put it in the next game, and they ended up taking lots of shit away, namely the most fucking OP perk they decided to do away with was the mechanic perk, and that really pissed me off. FH2? I don't know. I actually don't know much about that one. That one's set in Europe. I heard that the straightaway sucked on it. I'm sort of familiar with the first one because I did do a couple Xbox 360 streams of the first, and that one's pretty good. I mean, considering it is the first one. FH6 is going to be a hit. I think so. If they do Tokyo well, and, you know, we know what the layout of the streets and the freeways and on-ramps are like in Tokyo, it's going to be fire, I'm sure. If they do it right. Who knows, maybe they'll bring the mechanic perk back. Because as somebody who spends more time tuning than actually racing, that's a pretty important aspect of this game to me. Yeah, Scotland does not have much. No. Okay, so that's FH4. And then the map in FH5 in Mexico doesn't have much either. Which is funny, because I mean Mexico does have Mexico City, but I guess they decided to not acknowledge that. I know, the only thing that really stuck out to me with the FH5 map was the straightaway. It seemed longer, and it had better switchbacks. Better switchbacks than this one. There are switchbacks, pretty good switchbacks in this one, except it's not paved, it's dirt. But the fifth one has a lot of hairpin turns. So I guess that's cool, but you know, the physics I was told were bad. It did away with the mechanic perk. I also personally angry at the dev for killing this game, FH3 Online for PC, for 2 fucking years. It wasn't until November 2023 that they relaunched, well, I guess relaunched the servers, which enabled us to play crossplay again. FH4 and FH5. What does this say? A lot more racing, a lot more sleep and exactly, devil. So there wasn't a reason before that to have hairpins. I mean, here, this is the part of the map that I'm talking about. Right here. So there's a lot of... This is a pretty good switchback right here, except it's dirt. So the second best area that, you know, I like to race is around here. Cruise, street race. This is a good spot. But I mean, from what I remember, the 1 in 5 is comparable to this. And it is paved, so that's cool. And I think the entire thing is a drift zone, is that right? Because this right here is divided into two drift zones. This and that. It's fun for cruising. Yeah. As the Horizon base arena cycles through. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the perfect recipe for naps. Let me do the I'll do the Subi. I need to find the fucking OBS plugin that allows cross-platform chat. I'm sick of managing these two fucking windows. And also you guys not being able to see each other. So, okay. To get more niche engine swaps. Yeah. The 4-rotor to Miata. Oh yeah. W16. You're gonna have to knock off the front in order to achieve that. Where the riff goes. Ah, even better. You could like mount it off to the side. You could put part of it in the passenger seat. Can't keep up with them. Tiny engines. Yeah, my milk truck has a pretty small engine. The milk truck has the motorbike engine. Oops. Yeah, see these logs slow me down. We gotta get out of here. As my Xbox sometimes turns off, I don't wake up. I move in turn. Well, I mean, they took collisions off in 5, which in some ways would be good, but in other ways pretty bad. Like, yes, you can avoid people ramming you, but the bad part is you don't have any, like, real interaction. You can't, like, tandem. Can't tap. It's no good. Swap engines into electric cars. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, you know what they should do is they should allow us to adjust the final drive in the Tesla Model S. Anyway, I can do that with the Gira, which is a hybrid hypercar, but can't do it with the Tesla. Oh, why is that? Is it because of the... What is it? The increased notoriety of BYD? I wonder if they're gonna have the U9, BYD U9 in the 6. It's hard to license for certain brands. Oh, okay. Political situation. Oh, you think? No. Not Tesla, not Mr. Musk. Yeah, it makes you think. 2016 was a little bit different than now. No, he would never say anything controversial. As a matter of fact, he made a free speech platform just so people couldn't say anything controversial. You know what I hope they do for 6 is if they feature more concept cars. Like older concept cars, like from the 2000s, that would be fire. Rastafari. There was one really cool concept car. I think it was from 06 or 0... Was it 06, 08, 07? Mazda Negare concept. Let me see. If I pronounced it right, I know it's dangerously close. Nagare concept car. Oh, I guess it's a sedan. Oh no, I'm thinking of it. Not this one. I was thinking of, what was it? It was like an LM3 concept. I forgot what it was called, but it looked really sick. It's not this car. Yeah, this car kind of looks like a Sportback. It'd be cool if it was in the game anyway. I think they needed a lot more concept cars because in 3 there's only like... I think there's literally only 3 concept cars. Maybe 4 if you include the Nissan Titan. But... yeah. Let's see... I've been disconnected. Let me get reconnected. The internet servers suck right now. Give me a second to rejoin. Okay. $2010s, yeah, really. I mean, no joke. Cadillac 16, Cadillac CN, ME412 concept, Chrysler, Shelby GR1 concept. There were a lot of really good ones. There's some of the ones like shape-changing bodies. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, the BMW vagina concept. Yeah, the car has bodywork. Well, it's made out of spandex, so it literally looks like a flesh car, a skin car, and the bonnet opens up like a vagina. It's a very, very provocative design. Very, very provocative mechanics as well. I mean, I don't think there's a single person on this planet whose mind doesn't go there when they see that engine bay. That was a crazy car. I think some dude who's got like a fetish for leather and spandex, you know, put his idea into practice. You know, the cool part of that car was the doors. There were no seams on the doors, so the doors opening up, it looked like fleshy appendages. It was crazy. Like, you know which car I'm talking about? The car, I believe, is built on the chassis of a Z4, I think. It was like mid 2000s. The fold onto the side of the car. Oh yeah, well, I don't know for sure, but the headlights opened up like eyes. That was kind of cool. Open and close like eyes, like fucking eyelids. But I mean, obviously the part of the car that got the most attention was the bonnet. It opened up like a literal vagina. And you know what's funny? I think literally the car is called Vagina Concept. I think it's an acronym for something. Because it's like, it's in all caps. Right. Right. Yeah. Subliminal meaning. But you know, it's funny you mentioned moving parts concept. There was another BMW that I saw maybe like 3 years ago. It was on a Supercar Blondie special. And it was this sort of orange, I guess orange BMW. And the fucking wheel wells would expand and contract, and the surface of the car had like hexagonal scales, and so when it would expand, the scales would move apart from one another on the surface, and like the underside of it was glowing or something. It was some really crazy I forgot the title of it. I think it was called Car That Heals or something. And that was another BMW. What the fuck? Give me a sec. Okay. Feel like you saw. Oh, yeah, like you saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. It was. That was when Supercar Blondie was really blown up at the time. Yeah, self-healing, self-surface. Yeah, and I think the car was orange, right? Where am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, I think he hit some fucking debris. I'm gonna follow him. Ooh, the gears. There are the gears, you can hear them. Headphones just spare ones. Wireless headphones, I'd be careful with that shit. Yeah. Using them since... It's a good battery life. I'm gonna get in my Charger next. This is a great drift car. There are a lot of great drift cars in this game. Even the ones that aren't as commonly used. good. Latency, yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about the latency, I'm more worried about the radiation from those. I don't like the idea of like Bluetooth stuff that close to your brain. Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that. You have scientists who can't really agree on that. You know, some say that oh, anything below ultraviolet is fine. There's UVA and UVB, UVB being the harmful one, but UVA, they say, is emitted by the sun, and they claim that sunlight gives you skin cancer. And then there was some recent study on Wi-Fi, and what was it? I think the growth of aspergillus or something, like it negatively affected it. Yeah, I know non-ionizing, but the point is that there's some disagreement about non-ionizing radiation being harmful. And you know, if that's true, that the aspergillus is not able to grow with Wi-Fi, then that means something. No, well, I know it emits RF, but they're saying that RF, that high frequency, is potentially harmful. Well, how high? And what about the inverse square law? Does that not apply to RF? Are you sure you want to chance that? I mean, if Wi-Fi negatively impacts the growth of aspergillus, then, you know, I would err on the side of fucking caution with that stuff. I mean, personally, I'm not close to my router. Like, I don't have a router that's, like, on my desk. A headphones Bluetooth connection. Do I stand in the same room when a microwave is on? I mean, yeah, I stand in the kitchen. Yeah, but what's the direction of that energy? Is it omnidirectional? Yeah, it has shielding. Oh, well, I didn't make that claim. Your body has shielding from RF. Yeah. I would do it. They're saying that there's non-ionized... If they're saying that non-ionizing radiation is harmful, then I would err on the side of caution. Yeah, oh yeah, I agree with that. I don't drink. I mean, also the fact that, you know, 5G, they want to have it operate at 100 gigahertz. And I think I watched like a documentary on DARPA using a dish called the Active Denial System, which emits the same frequency, causes people's skin, causes the water to heat up beneath their skin. That can't be healthy. Okay. So, oh, okay, so you think the sun is more harmful than Bluetooth. Alright. And what can't overcome it? To do harm. So the inhibition of the growth of aspergillus is fake, obviously. You say that with so much confidence. Yeah, well, we need a little bit more of that. We're gonna debate that. Because correlation studies are bullshit. They're not in the same tier as causation. Well, I mean, you could say that there's disagreements among them. I mean, you can totally say that there's issues. I mean, I just also think about, the aspects of who funds the research as well. Like, these vegan tards who say that meat is bad. They say meat is bad, cholesterol is bad. The fact is they have a bias, they're pushing a religion. I mean, their studies are a complete joke. Trying to fearmonger people out of eating meat. And I mean, we're seeing governments restrict it and increase the cost of it as time goes on. So, I think it's perfectly acceptable to be skeptical in this day and age, especially when you have a group of experts who can't seem to come to an agreement. Background radiation are probably more impactful on overall health than having a set of wireless headphones. Oh, what causation? Oh god, you're one of those fucking people. Cholesterol's bad. Atherosclerosis has been shown to be oxidization of linoleic acid, not cholesterol itself. If that was true, then all fucking tigers and all meat eaters and great apes would be fucking having heart problems from eating their natural diet, so no. Your brain is made out of myelin. The basic building block for myelin is cholesterol. That was based on, in America at least, the study was based on a 1991 epidemiological study. People who were carnivore, they checked that they ate meat and that they had heart issues, and that's how they established it. looking over the fact that most people in America who cook meat cook in fucking seed oils. Yeah, well, no, I'm not. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about processed meat foods. I'm talking about natural foods that contain cholesterol, and the vegans' prevailing argument that it's bad and will cause you to have a heart attack is absolute nonsense. It's never actually been proven. Just in the same that hemochromatosis has not been proven either, because the experiments that they did for hemochromatosis used iron supplements, not real iron from real meat. They never conducted an experiment with real humans eating real meat locked in a room for a year. It's never happened. Supplements are toxic. Don't take supplements. You eat natural food. Yeah, well, why is frying an issue? You have to ask yourself, it's not just the, what is it, the acrylamide from the heat, it's the fucking seed oils. The seed oils have always been a fucking problem. I mean, originally, in the beginning, seed oils were used to lubricate heavy machinery, and then they figured out, hey, this shit is really fucking cheap. Let's just substitute it for real fats and have people eat it. And the one part that nature does not permit you to consume is the seed. That's akin to eating the plant's babies. Plants are stationary, they have to develop a defense mechanism, which is why seeds have linoleic acid in them. It's completely unnatural to eat it. Yeah, well, okay, even if for some reason there's restriction to a person's ability to get nutrients, you still have the problem of the supplements itself, because you should look into how they extract all that shit. You should look into the hexanes that they use to extract it. You should look into the fact that vitamin D is extracted with irradiated vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. Which is the thing that humans are not supposed to be naturally consuming anyway, so a lot of it's just waste product, it's toxic, it's adulterated. You're never going to get you're never going to get the same nutrition that you would get from eating actual food. So that's why all these people taking this whey and this pre-workout shit, it's not optimal for your health. And on top of it, they're choosing to partake in a stressful lifestyle, which is what it is. I mean, you got people fucking taking PEDs simply for validation, for the purpose of validation. And who notices big muscles? Not really women, it's other fucking dudes, okay? Yeah, irradiated, been exposed to radiation. Yeah, right, the source of radiation, so I don't know the specifics of the radiation that is used, but even then, it's still vegetable oil. So, I know you like to get hung up on radiation, but remember there's other components to this as well that are of cause for concern. Yeah, see, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were a vegan for a second. That's a relief. Yeah, we already know how they are. The FDA approves of literal poison. God, that's nice. The UK. I contest that. Do you have vitamin D supplements in UK? I'm pretty sure you do. And if that's the case, then it has an LD50 value. So it can kill you if you take enough of it. Okay, well, come on, dude. If it has an LD50 value, it's always a cause for concern. You should always question substance that has LD50 value, especially one that is consumable. Yeah, sure, but I mean, we're talking about, you know, health food supplements. We're talking about that. Here's this fucking quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson that really sealed the deal about how I feel about him as a scientist, quote unquote. How he spoke about the Ben and Jerry's situation, and he mentioned that the amount of sugar would kill you far before the glyphosates with which the ice cream is made. And he ignores the fact that because it has an LD50 value, it's still harmful in lower doses. It's been proven that glyphosates are endocrine disruptors. So it doesn't kill you, but it still negatively impacts the quality of your life. And potentially, what is it? It gets you committed to taking fucking psychiatric meds because you're too fucking depressed, because your endocrine system is being altered by glyphosates. So this whole notion, if it doesn't kill you, it's fine, is ridiculous. I'm not going along with that at all. What is the nature of oxygen killing you? Describe it. Is it a toxicity or is it akin to drowning? There's a difference between toxicity and drowning. That's an argument that a lot of people like to counter me with, is the whole H2O argument. Oh, water will kill you if you drink too much of it. Well, I mean, it kills you because it dilutes your blood, and thus you're not able to carry oxygen to the parts of your body. So it's not a really good comparison. Yeah, oxidation. But I still don't see why that's a reason to, you know, take fake vitamin D when you can get real vitamin D from meats and sun exposure, which, you know, you guys do not have a lot of in your country. So it's all the more reason why meat should be more available. That they're trying to take it away under the guise of CO2 emissions and the Earth fucking ending because of that. Yeah, but I mean, the problem is that the price is increasing and they have a carbon tax. Didn't they recently roll out a carbon tax where products, they say on the package, you know, how many kilograms of CO2 was used to produce this product, and therefore they tag on an additional cost for that? Because I heard that about a year ago. That was something that they were doing. I mean, there's evidence to the fact that they're trying to restrict it everywhere because of how expensive it's gotten. Well, like what? So you don't think that there's a concerted effort, you don't believe there's a concerted effort to restrict the general population's meat consumption? Not in the UK yet. So the carbon tax and the accounting for kilograms of carbon on products, that's not a thing? That's not actually happening? I mean, you guys have... Keir Starmer recently came out and said that you guys need to have digital ID in order to hold a job in your country. I don't know, man. That sounds like fucking 1984 to me. That sounds to me like it is the beginning stage of a CBDC society. We know how that goes. Right. I don't know, they're just gonna put another guy who's like him in there. Oh my god, holy shit. Why is nobody at the drift lot? Yeah, I'll say he is. If by hit the ground you mean run the country correctly, then fucking never. Yeah, what do you mean, like... Oh. I don't think he is, no. I don't think he is. Yeah, I saw that video. He was on stage and they were lowering a flag and they had a piece of lettuce and it said, "I crashed the economy." That was funny. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man, I feel for you guys in general in your country. Your country's definitely going to shit. I would say more so than America. I'm happy to be in America for a multitude of fucking reasons. Reasons that I'm not gonna say. But, you know. Cherry trails. Yeah, sounds like it's turning into a digital hellhole. It's unfortunate. Well, I'm sure that's also a result of the change that's brought about the whole digital ID thing as well. Oh, I know what they're about. No, no. Quite the opposite, actually. Few people on some boats. Well, I thought it was popular for other reasons that are obvious. And how do you feel about that? Nope, panhandling. You don't want to say, do you? It's fine. We're gradually branching into not Twitch-friendly subject matter. because those jobs don't pay high enough for them to do that. You think that's good? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So... what do you major in? Okay. What kind of law? What kind of law are you doing? Okay. Commercial law. I still don't know exactly what that means. Like public defender or something having to do with corporations. Having businesses as clients. Okay. Yeah, it's a business. I know, I can already tell there are differing political views. You strike me as somebody who's more liberal than me. I'm definitely more conservative. That's what I'm picking up here. That's, you know, going into potential ground that'll get me banned from Twitch. I like debating politics, I like discussing it, but, you know, I also like broadcasting this game. I do like this game. Well, as long as I don't say anything that'll get me banned, or I don't, you know, shock my dog with a shock collar, I should be okay. I should be alright. Can you believe that fucking shit, how people do that? Forcing their animals in unnatural situations to manage employment rights of employees. No, I'm saying if I did have a dog. No, I don't. I'm referencing to how Hassan Piker got banned off of Twitch. He had a shock collar around his dog, and the reason he kept it is so he could keep the dog under extreme control. He wants his dog to be a prop for his streams. He wants to make sure that his dog is always in frame. And when his dog walked off the bed / placemat or whatever, he pressed a button off screen. You could see him reaching for something off screen, and the dog just fucking jumps and squeals, so yeah, fuck him. That was the thing that took him down. There was so much that could have taken him down, but Twitch is very biased on liberal streamers. They really go easy on liberal streamers, so it took a case of animal cruelty to get him fucking shit canned. Exactly. Hmm. That name sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't really watch any of those fuckers. Is Alinity the one from Canada, like the gold digger from Canada? That name sounds familiar. She's one of the no personality. Yeah. I get what you mean. There's a lot of them. Yeah. Let me do a city drift, because there's fucking nobody here. There's the gears. Okay. I gotcha. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've never tried it. I know it's popular. Little food court drift. State. Oh, I see. You playing it on a controller or... Right. Controller or keyboard? Yeah, when I play on keyboard, it's for shooters. Yeah, like I recently purchased Black Ops 3 for PC, and gotta say, keyboard really hits different. It's probably the best $40 I ever spent. Fucking 60% off. Exactly, yeah, car controller, you've got range of motion. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, it was a long time for me because before I got the game, I had my old controller because I just recently got an Elite, but my old controller had stick drift. And it's, you know, the one stick that you don't want to have stick drift, fucking aim stick. Which is weird, considering that I mostly play this game on controller, and the left stick is the one that receives the most use. And yet it was the right stick that failed. So, just, that's when I decided I'm done with standard controllers. They either will last 8 years, or, in my case with the last one, a year and a half. That disparity in longevity for the same price is not acceptable. Hall effect controllers. Never heard of that. Who makes that? Does that come from Taiwan? I don't know. I don't like the look of it. It looks like it's not ergonomic. One of the big selling points is the fact that the Xbone controller is literally the best fucking one. I mean, to be fair, this controller you recommended does look more comfortable than a fucking PlayStation controller. Let me get the chat up so I can see. Where the fuck is it? Aren't a different shape? Well, this one looks like a different shape. Multiple brands that use Hall effect. Oh, okay. Such as Let me move this. Let me copy paste that shit. How much did you pay for yours? They cannot get stick drift. I don't know, man. That sounds a little too good to be true. How long have you had it? It's wired. Okay, that's a deal breaker for me. I like using my rechargeable AA's. That's actually, you know, that was the thing that broke the deal with having a Series 2 Elites, is that I found out when I got the Series 2 Elite brand new that they had removed the battery cartridge. So it's built in. Your only recourse is to have it on a cable, and my setup is a fucking mess. I'm all cabled up. I have so many wires everywhere, and I don't want one more. You know, I like having a battery pack. I like to play with the panel open so I can quickly swap. I like this controller a lot so far. $70. Alright, well that's still young. You still have a lot of time to see how it will end up. Because my friend who recommended me the Series 1 Elites, he got his in, I believe, 2019, and there's no sign of wear. So obviously, aside from the additional features on the Elite, there's also noticeably better build quality, it would appear. Oops, what is this? What do you do? What, you like button mash a lot in that? I can't say there's a lot of button mash in this. I think probably the most used input for this kind of game is the left stick. Jesus. You get in a car that has louder gears. Oh yeah. It's the sun. This guy. To say hi right quick. There it is, you can hear it. I think I gotta go in the parking lot a couple of times to get it fucking loud. You can sort of hear them. It's taking a lot longer. Oh. I don't know if steering wheel takes well to Forza games. The game that seems to be really popular with steering wheel is Assetto. Isn't that like a decent wheel? I know the expensive one is the Thrustmaster. I think my buddy actually recently got that wheel. I don't know where he is. He hasn't been online for quite a fucking while. Let me see, double check. Yeah, G923. Yeah, I like Logitech. I have their mouse, the G402. That's a nice mouse, nice and light. Really good for shooters. It's a wired mouse. It is. See, you can't get this benefit doing chase cam. For a larger, heavier mouse. Oh, so you must like the G502. What did I do? Okay, so I did put the 4-rotor in here, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yep. And... I can't tell, is that turbocharged? Afraid to say, I don't actually know. Let's see. Go through it, I put on this wide body kit. Nothing here. Oops. Naturally aspirated, okay. Stock tires. Fat wheels as always. Let me see. Got larger rim size. Gotta have my brakes so I can tune them. Brake balance. Rallies to get her nice and slammed. Lighter roll bars, weight reduction. I like my shits light as possible. Yeah, this is my only drifter that has the 4-rotor. Yeah, on some cars, significantly like my Porsche Macan. Gotta see this shit. Ignore the thumbnail, it's not accurate. There we go. Damn. Softer in the rear, stiffer in the front. I use a ratio in pounds. 13% front, 17. It's like 17% front, 13% rear of the car's weight in pounds. This It's just for slamming it would be just the minimum height. So the minimum height for rallies, how you get it. I know it. Looking almost like a hatchback. And then I put the flat 6 in. Yeah. Whoops. Fucking big SUV. This is a good one. The sidewalk drifter. The outer sidewalk. Man, it's a lot harder in this one. Well, maybe they're down to do some highway polls. Man, this is actually kind of difficult slide in this one. Hmm. Got the Horizon cover car. So this one and a bit of the first one, unfortunately, I was like 13 years too late for the first one. Might want to get one. The benefit to... Whoops. Oh cool, they're rear wheel drive too. That's a nice relief. I like seeing that for a change. I was gonna say, a 360, you might want to get one because if you get a 360 with an official Microsoft hard drive, then you'll be able to run original Xbox games. I think it's worth it, actually. There's a lot of good 360 games. Some of the Project Gotham racing games. Wow, this guy, holy shit. Project Gotham, and Midnight Club games. I don't know if the older Midnight Clubs are available. They should be. Unless you need an update to run them. Test Drive Unlimited. God, that was fire. Like the original Test Drive Unlimited from '06. Xbox One S. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I have an Xbone. I don't even use it. You know, ever since they fixed crossplay online, never really used it. And like I said, I also had stick drift. I wasn't really playing the zombies. I had Black Ops 3 on Xbone, but you know, I didn't play it as much, and then the stick drift happened, kept me away from it for a while. I did, however, recently play some classic Black Ops on 360. It isn't even useful as a Blu-ray player, right? Yeah. Yeah, PC has a tendency to replace stuff. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing this game on console. In the beginning, you know, I started playing this game on PC. That's where I first installed it, and then I realized that the devs absolutely made a really shit fucking port. And not only did they make a shit fucking port, but they also lied about the minimum requirements. So, having trialed and error, it took me about 10 months to figure out how to run this game smoothly on PC. It started with, you know, some software work and configuration in Windows, and then it moved on to hardware upgrades. So the shit that they lie about is the minimum RAM required. On the official page for the store, it says that 12 gigs is required. And that's not the case. It turns out that it's 16 gigs. And I know this because I also had a friend who was running this on a gaming laptop, which at the time was 12 gigs, and he was reporting the same exact symptoms. So as soon as we upgraded to 16, the game ran smoothly. Included digitally, right. Yeah, okay, so that means that you potentially can play it on PC. Because unfortunately, when they made this game, they didn't actually create a Windows disk. It does not exist. So, is well optimized by comparison to modern games. Oh, like, let me think of one that's really shitty. COD Ghosts. Infinity Ward COD Ghosts on PC is supposed to be insanely bad. I mean, when I say it's shit, of course, I'm comparing to far better games. I mean, fucking, I've played some amazingly optimized games. It seems that Black Ops 3 is pretty good. There are a few issues with crashing on certain multiplayer maps, but as far as like a console game that was really fucking well optimized, it's Master Chief Collection, hands down. I don't think I've ever played a port that was that well done and smooth. Ark Survival. Titanfall is one of the best optimized games. Huh. Well, I would, when you claim all time, I first would encourage you to check out any game created by Rebellion. I think Rebellion is the best optimized game I've ever played. Now that's rating a game that was originally, I believe it was originally built for PC. I think initially it was first PC. That's what they go for first, I think. Right, but it's, yeah, it's up there. But you really should check out the Rebellion games. It's crazy. I don't know what the fucking science is. It seems like wizardry because you can run, I'm on a 1070, and I can run fucking at pretty much max settings minus fucking motion blur, anti-aliasing, that fucking garbage. I can run it at a steady frame rate, and no matter what happens in the gameplay, there's no FPS drop. That seems paranormal. And I even decided to lower it to 120 FPS cap because Divisions of 2 is better for recording and streaming and such. But yeah, it's like magic. Yeah, motion blur's disgusting. That's one of the things that made me really hate playing FH3 on console. It just looks like fucking shit. It's 30 FPS, and the motion blur is insanely excessive. Like, it makes racing very difficult. It makes it very difficult to see. With this, I'm happy with 60 FPS, because that's what I can pull consistently. Like, if I uncapped this, I'd run at like, I'd be hovering between 120 and 115 FPS with my current vid settings, and I don't really care to have a frame rate that high because, well, for racing games I don't care because it's not necessary, and my GPU is very loud. So I'm happy with 60 FPS, anti-aliasing off, and obviously you can see motion blur is off. I was behind the company that made Borderlands 4. That's... right. Yeah. 30 FPS. I won't play shooters at 60, because 60 looks like shit for shooters. My minimum for shooters is 120. I don't know where that guy's going. Yeah, most of these leaders, they're just in it for the money. They don't give a shit. Shooters is 100. Yeah, that's fine. on co-op. I think you might like the Zombie Army games. I think all the Rebellion games are great. Really nice, really well made. The health system in Strange Brigade is... The health system in Strange Brigade is kind of shit, because when you respawn with 1 HP. Also, you don't... Your health doesn't replenish gradually over time, it's just like instant. But I mean, those are really good. I'm really satisfied with all the Rebellion games, simply because they're just like so amazingly optimized. Standard for racing is 100 plus. So what are your vid settings for... Oh, 70 plus. So what are your vid settings for FH3? You are running FH3 on PC, right? I mean, if you're not using... Let's see. Okay, you got 1060. Oh, you're kind of pushing that with the fucking 2K monitor. So I believe the 1060 is rated for 1080, 1080p. I play on a 24-inch 16:9 TN display BenQ. I used to have the 1060. I had the VGA single fan, and then I upgraded to the dual fan 1070 VGA. Let's see. So you have the 3080. Okay, right. Yeah, easily. Yeah, I got two buddies who have the 4070, and they're running fucking uncapped. I'm like, why the waste? Why do people run uncapped? It's just a waste of resources. You upgraded in 21. Okay, that's been a minute. That was when the 30 series was new. I built my rig in 2019, and I guess I upgraded from the 60 to the 70, I think in 22. And my first 1070 blew up. And then I got a replacement, and I've had that ever since. Okay. Yes. IPS Cooler Master makes monitors. Okay. IPS is good for color accuracy. Oh, I see. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's the rubbish is just a fucking chat monitor. That's what I have. I have a Dell 60 FPS 1080. That's what I use to read the chat. That's all you need, really. You just need 2 monitors for the ideal stream setup. COVID? Oh, you got COVID too? Well, luckily it didn't hit me that badly. It gave me the shits. I got COVID in July of 22 in fucking Texas. Worst time to have a fever is in 114 degree heat. Setup you're on is Oh, a gaming laptop? Oh shit. Fuck, man. RIP. Your heat sink. 65 hertz. Right, okay. Oh, the lockdowns. Oh, I see, okay. Well, that's actually what started my interest in this game. This game pulled through during the lockdowns. That is when I started playing. I started playing this game in May of 2020. So it's perfect. I mean, you know, considering what was going on. 3 ultra wides. Hmm. Well, this BenQ that I'm on, I think... Not sure exactly. I probably got it... In the beginning, I was gaming on the Dell 60. I think I've had this BenQ for 4 years now, and I've noticed no issues with it. Yeah, no dead pixels. Nothing. Maybe the color slightly changed, which happens to all monitors, but again, it's not like the most color accurate thing. Alright. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream soon anyway, because it seems like it's really quiet. Like, holy shit, really quiet. Goddamn. This guy's probably AFK. I'm happy to say I don't have that issue at all. I was built for this. Oh yeah, and dark theme, that's a lifesaver. Always have a dark theme browser. It's much easier on the eyes. Yeah, that's the thing with law. You guys read so much small little letters. Yeah, I get you. Nice. Good. Yeah. Yes, especially if you have a fiber. I'm so grateful to have a fiber connection. I have porn membership camgirl upload speeds. That's the thing that I've really noticed changing rapidly in my life is the fucking connectivity. I remember the time when it was 30 down, 30 up. I've been in places where it's like 5 down, 7 up. One gigabyte. Nice. Yeah, me, it's hovers around 1 down, 1 gig down, and 1 up. So that right there, the 1 up, that's the porn membership camgirl speed. It's basically, you know, 3 different HD cameras streaming. Not that I ever really fucking need it, I'm just grateful of the download speeds. Right. Yep. Yeah, it took me like what, when I bought fucking Black Ops 3? Exactly. I think it took me maybe 5 minutes to download it. It's like over 100 gigs. Over 100 gigs on disk. I bought the... I guess the deluxe that was on sale for 60% off on Steam. Well, other than not having it. One of my buds, I'm always telling him, yeah, you need to get a bigger drive. Because it seems like all the games that we've ever played in the past, he's uninstalled. For the purpose of making room. Yeah, me, I'm on a 2 terabyte Western Digital. 2 terabyte SATA SSD. My rig's a lot older. My motherboard's from 2013. Yeah, exactly. M.2, alright. Yeah, M.2 is the future. I have an M.2 in my media PC. I have a dual PC streaming setup. Let's see, 500 gig M.2. SATA SSD. Interesting, so you have 2 SATA drive bays in your laptop? Sounds like a big ass laptop. Yeah, I mean the M.2s, they have faster data transfer. Because I think the max data transfer for SATA is like 6.5 gigabytes per second. Wait, which one's the laptop? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So you got a tower also. Was the laptop the one with the AMD? Did I read that right? Okay. Right. Yeah, because me, I have obviously my main tower that I built, and then I have a media PC. I use the media PC because, you know, the tower is not capable of streaming and gaming. It doesn't have the NVENC, since the NVENC was introduced first in the 20 series. So my laptop is a 2060, RTX 2060, and I have I guess I bought Samsung M.2 to increase the storage size. So 3060, 16 gigs of RAM. Okay, that's good. You can run FH3. I mean, yeah, you could do a dual streaming. I don't know if you do a dual streaming setup, but it will free up resources. On power. Okay. Right, yeah, I'm sure. That's the case with, like, most people who have rigs like that. They'll just do everything. The initial setup is a little bit complicated, you know, having to find a spot to put the capture card and then, you know, you gotta duplicate the display. But it's like totally worth it for my situation. My capture card is an AverMedia GC311. I used to have an Elgato HD60 Pro, but that's a PCI capture card, and I had it in another older tower rig, and I thought, you know what, wouldn't it just make sense, since I have an RTX, to just consolidate everything in that, and that's what led me to buy the AverMedia. Separate desks, yeah. Was that right? But so what's the point with an ultra-wide monitor? Because, I mean, the only experience I've seen is that they're good for, like, work. Like, I have a friend who's, like, real deep into Photoshop, and the only time he uses his ultra-wide is for, you know, projects. Also, the fact that it's, like, 99.9% color accurate. Cinematic, more immersive. Okay. Like, what's the distance that it is from your face? Right. Yeah, I could imagine it would be good for, like, I guess, like, flight simulator games. I've seen, like, a couple videos on Flight Sim Microsoft. But again, that's going to impact your GPU. Good for movies? Okay. But for gaming, I mean, how necessary is it? Because, I mean, like, I feel like I could combat that with, you know, FOV adjustments for fucking shooters. Like, I wouldn't do an FOV adjustment for a racing game, because, you know, the steeper the angle, the more faster everything looks. So, movie fills the monitor. Right. Yeah, the games that are upscaled. I see. So, in that situation, are you also increasing your FOV? The in-game FOV? Like, are you like 120 degrees? Let's see a bit more. Right, that's fine. 16:9. Yeah, right. Naturally it would. It's a higher resolution. 21:9. Trying to imagine what that looks like. It's not like super ultra wide. Yeah, there's that number I was thinking of. That's the... My friend has an LG work monitor that he uses for Photoshop, and that ratio rings a bell. I think it's a 32:9. It's very wide, curved LG. Yeah, I gotcha. So I take it you are playing with 120 degrees, like you set your FOVs to 120 degrees, so you get that extra stack with the monitor. I'm getting good at fucking reading strat and not hitting cars. Okay. Fucking going hardcore on the FOV. I think you would really like Zombie Army Trilogy because, again, it's optimized really well. You can have a wide FOV. It is a third-person shooter. Yeah, minus the, you know, scoping with the sniper rifle, but that might look pretty good. Yeah, so Zombie Army is the series from Rebellion. There's different games. There's Zombie Army Trilogy, which is a mid-2010s game. And then there's the one that I recently bought, Zombie Army Dead 4, from 2021. And they all have a campaign. Co-op is pretty damn good in 4. If you like co-op. Yeah, I mean, when I got it, it was on sale for like $7 when it went on sale, so it was a steal for sure. Yeah, I've been trying to assemble a crew of 4 to get the 4-player co-op achievement. Thus far, none of my buddies have replied to it. And I'm telling you, this game's really good. It's like, you should definitely try it. Because there are some games from Rebellion that have like 4-player co-op achievements. Strange Brigade doesn't. Strange Brigade, you can play with a max of, you know, 2 people total, and you'll be able to get all the achievements. You're gonna be fucking blown away when you see the FPS. You'll be like, what is this fucking wizardry? Zombie for death. And I think the difference between 4 and Trilogy is the point to shoot. The point to shoot toggle function is really good, so you can go between scope and third person by just tapping point to shoot, so you don't have to hold down. Yeah, Sniper Elite, exactly. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. I haven't either, but I assume that the games are made just as well as all the others. Oh, and the obvious difference between the Zombie Army games and Strange Brigade is there is no bullet drop in Strange Brigade. don't think I've ever gotten achievements to a game as fast as I have in this Strange Brigade. It's about to hit midnight. What? You say it was like 4 o'clock? You're like 8 hours ahead of me. Early morning. I like to try to fall asleep before the sun comes up, but for some reason I'm sleeping really well even when the sun does come up, so I guess I don't care about that anymore. I don't know, my health is like so much better ever since I switched to carnivore. I'm fucking happy. It's 'cause you're stressed, right? Yeah, stress. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully you pass the bar. Or whatever they call it there. SQE. Don't know what the second one stands for. Solicitors, that's what you guys call lawyers in fucking Commonwealth. Oh, in Australia they call them solicitors. In America, solicitors are people who go to your door and try to sell you shit. Barristers. And don't you call a judge? Yeah, don't you call a judge a magistrate? Okay. Judges. Okay, I think it's the Aussies who call a judge a magistrate. Oh, it's a different position. Okay. I think the equivalent in America is like paralegal or something. Can't hear serious cases. We're getting the 918. I see. A really nice one, isn't it? So I got two 918s. So this one right here, she's a turbocharge, and my other one is naturally aspirated, my S2 class. The Chent, yeah. Chent is overly fucking used. And fucking all-wheel drive is just cancer. My favorite, my all-time favorite race car. You're never gonna guess. Nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, with me, it's all rear-wheel drive. This car, to me, is the most insane, not just because, you know, my favorite to race, but, I mean, this car does everything well. Fucking drags, fastest roll racer, the fastest off-road, as an all-wheel drive configuration. I mean, this car breaks way more records than the Chent. But I mean, this, the smoothness, I love how smooth this is. Oh. Traffic. Too angular. Not a Lamborghini without angles. Alright, yo. We'll do more street racing tomorrow. I mean, this is just so easy. Take care, yo. Disconnected. See if capsule's online. And more on later.